Alright, welcome to the 3D Sapiens Road Show. I am your presenter, Daniel D. Davis. Call me Dan. Now, I just got done shooting a segment that's going to be listed as travel number 5, where I describe this whole nest idea when you're not on the road and you're in a hotel room or whatever, where I gave background of all this stuff. So if you want to know the general layout of everything, check out that show. This one right here is specifically for people like writers, musicians, and potentially publishers and whatnot. Anybody that can take something on the road, even small craftsmen, small crafts, metalwork, jewelry, that kind of thing. Anything you could fit in a vehicle and take with you, I guess. Now, this works for me as in various ways. I don't have just like one book that I'm working on, and I've got a bunch of different things, and I'll describe each thing, so I'm not going to do that twice. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But hopefully you can see how this is all adaptable to whatever it is that you're doing. Just the way I've got things organized. So let me start that. Again, the contents of the binders that you will see behind me and whatnot, let me do that real quick. Okay, so those binders, the photos, the memorabilia, whether it's memory quilt kind of stuff, or fast food thingies or whatever. All that stuff's described in the travel number 5, I think. Okay, so this is writer tip number 1. So, now, generally speaking, these things that are laid out are the ones that I'm working on that I need accessible the most. So these things are usually in that gray backpack right there, quite accessible in the car. The other binders over there that you'll see here in a minute, those tend to get in. Let me get this out of the way because it's too dark back here. So there's a gray box right here. That's kind of the office box with the pencils and all that stuff on top. Anyway, okay, again, I described that in the other show. So let's start with this one. This is the book that I'm working on at the moment. I've got about, with that one, I think 14 different books I'm working on. But this one's pretty much done, and the next one, which is 2 years in Zaire and African education, which is about 2 years that I lived in what is now called the Democratic Republic of Congo. That one is pretty much done as well. This one's already been reviewed by a couple of published author friends of mine. And so that one could be off to printers, publishers, whatever, in another month or so, or less. Anyway, publishers less, printer maybe a month. Okay, I've described this in author information number 3, so I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, the next one is the music book. Okay, so here's where I'm first going to start. Now, normally, if I was doing music gigs, I would have something like that flyer right there, or some of the other flyers that I've had, which, so I'll have to show you that another time because I didn't have it out. But anyway, this one, I kept what's on here because that was originally my binder when we were in the Congo. I was in the Congo, and I was in an expat band, and there were some expats. We put a band together. So when that binder kind of died, I cut out the front and the back and just put it into this one. So that was the original one. And I've since added that, but like right there, Dan Davis, TASOC, the American School of Kinshasa. Okay, very important if you're going to be playing outside, binder clips. Okay, inside, things like business cards, extra pics, whatnot. Here's these little pamphlets I was talking about. Okay, so, contents. And then the actual, these are covers in this case. Let me get my glasses on so that I can read this in case I need to. But all these are just cover songs alphabetically. All this stuff right here. And songs with a friend. Gene Butterfield did that one. Okay, some original stuff, spiritual stuff. What's next? What is this? Oh, holiday, like Christmas kind of stuff. And then patriotic, like 4th of July kind of stuff. miscellaneous, like chords and music thing. And then paper that I might need. Here's one of the Ramitz flyers for the Ramitz presentation. I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, okay, so that is the music binder. I have also another kind of version of this where instead of having the music in alphabetical order like that, I just put the songs in the order I'm going to play them. Like if I'm going to be doing a 2-hour gig, then I'll put all the music in the order that I'm going to be playing it. So I just go page to page to page to page instead of having to hop around through the book. Okay, so that's the music one. Next is the 3D Sapiens Road Show thing that we're doing right now. We're doing writing tips, number 1. And then there's some logistical kind of stuff, sections in here. These are all the sections. I'm not going to go flip through them because that could take like forever. But you can see how they're organized with the binder dividers, and each one of those is one of these sections. And then at the very back are the logistics kind of stuff. And then another flyer kind of thing for that. Okay, so that's a whole different project. Because in this I talk about all these other different things. So that's a whole beast unto itself. Okay, the next binder, you can see here, Ramitz, Sapiens Press, if I should go with publishing. Books in progress, I'll show you that actually, in miscellaneous notes alphabetically. And by the way, each one of these has a spine thing. So, however it's sitting, I know exactly what it is. So I'm not wasting time looking for things because I hate wasting time like that. Okay, so the 3D Ramitz, that's relaxation and mood improvement techniques. Right there. Here's the flyer. Okay, so that is the like auditorium version of what I'm doing, you know, with all this information, health and spirituality and whatnot. So miscellaneous notes there. 3D Sapiens Press, and then here's the different books that I have in progress. Here's that one. Like I mentioned, the Africa book. Let's hope that doesn't have to happen. And so on, and so on. And so there's various books that I'm working on, and some of these I don't even want to really talk about right now too much. So, Nomadic Guidebook, and so on. And then after that, after I get through all the books, those are the ones in orange. Then we get to the miscellaneous notes. And again, these are alphabetically. Well, some of these are miscellaneous here. Later on it gets alphabetically. Okay, here we go, alphabetically. Sometimes I use these thick cardboard kind of paper as dividers instead of full-blown dividers, or document protectors with colored paper in them. So there's some various ideas for you how to organize things. And then a sampling of pictures in case I'm talking to anybody, which these kind of pictures are all pretty much up there somewhere too. So, alright. So that's that one. And then a couple other things that I want to have handy all the time. Exercise for the hands, exercise for the mind, a little reminder. Okay, getting over to these books over here. It's dark, so I'm going to pull them out. Okay, my book, of course, which I use for excerpts and stuff sometimes. Okay, here's the 3D Ramitz. If I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing stuff just with the Ramitz things, I'll get that binder out and do a bunch of writing. So it looks like this. On the back, there's one of the flyers, like I was saying. Okay, next one, Writer Portfolio. This is also on Facebook. And then office information, leaflets, business cards, blah, blah, blah. You can see all that miscellaneous stuff there. And this is another one where I would use pictures on the back because I don't have flyers or anything I need to push with it. So, those are the binders. And for each binder, there is a corresponding section in the file folders. In the cases of things like books, each book has its own thing. Now, I'm not going to go through this because I don't want to put you guys to sleep, but if you're one of those insomniacs that are not responding to strong medications and you want something to help put you to sleep, send me a comment or whatever, and I'll do this taping. You can watch this and go to sleep to that. But anyway, long story short, all those file folders, all the file cabinets they're divided just like those various binders, and the things inside the binders are, again, let me just show you one so you can get an idea. Okay, this is the 3D Sapiens Road Show. So the blue binders, or blue file folders, sorry, like this. See, there's music, just like in the binder. Okay, and so the blue file folders are the actual various programs on the YouTube channel, and then the white folders in the front, that's the logistical kind of stuff. But pretty much, like I said, any one of these binders has its own section, or its own, at least its own folder, at least its own, well, no, each binder is going to have several things. So, but that's the basic idea. So with that, you can see I'm keeping track of a lot of stuff here. So this should work for, whatever you're doing. Comments, suggestions, love to hear them. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in, and keep it mathematical. Au revoir. Ciao.